In today's video, I'm reviewing the Chirp RPM, which is a rolling percussive massager. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Todd Sullivan. I'm a chiropractor who specializes in treating chronic pain and sports injuries. I'm always looking to try the newest products out there on the market, and I came across the Chirp RPM. It interests me because it's a combination of a percussive massager, but also you get the rolling effect of either a foam roller or a stick type of roller. The RPM is designed to target the deep muscle tension and soreness in key areas such as the low back, legs, calves, and feet. What's unique about the RPM is it can be either used in a handheld fashion or it can also be used in a hands-free base, which allows you to treat like the calf, the Achilles, and the feet, and even the forearms as well. So what I like to do is I'll review it, I'll talk about the features, the pros and the cons of it, and then I'll show you how to use it. The Chirp Rolling Percussive Massager affects a few different things. It can decrease muscle tension and soreness. It can improve circulation in an area just like a foam roller will. It'll also increase the range of motion and the mobility in an area. So it's great for any areas where you have chronic muscle tension, deeper areas that you're trying to access to release any of that muscle soreness or that tension. It can also accelerate the recovery process, getting you back working out and moving better with less pain. Some of the main features of the RPM is it has 5 different speeds, and it can rotate either forward or in reverse. So depending on where you're trying to work, certain areas, the reverse option is going to be better versus the forward option in terms of the movement. It has a rechargeable battery with about 4 hours of runtime. The Chirp RPM weighs in about 7 pounds. It has a 7-inch treatment area with about 4 to 5 inches round. It also comes with a hands-free base that you can put it in, allowing you to treat the calves, the Achilles, and the feet in a more effective way. The Chirp RPM comes in about $250, which is on the higher end, but it can be used in a few different ways. It can be used like a massage gun where you're handheld rolling it up and down in certain areas, but you can also use it with the hands-free base, allowing you to treat other areas where it's a little bit harder to use a massage gun on, and allows you to get more effective treatment because you can relax those muscles and press deep into them. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the device, I'll show you how to use it, talk to you whether or not I recommend it and who I would recommend this product for. This is what the Chirp RPM looks like. It's got, again, these rollers that will move in multiple different directions. It's got the handles which you can hold on to press deep into those muscles. The power button is located on the handle here, so you're going to press that on. That will turn it on, and also will change the speeds as well. And then on the bottom of here it has a trigger. And so the trigger you're going to press in if you're doing this manually, and you can work the different areas with that. And again, depending on what setting you are, it'll either go forward or back. There's also a button on here that you can change it if you want it to go in the other direction. So there's just a little toggle switch, and that'll allow you to go forward or back depending on what area you want to work it on. What I like about this design is with the trigger here, you can kind of control the amount of force. You can press deeper into the area. You can use leverage to get into an area. What I also like about this is it has a broader treatment area. With a massage gun, the surface area is much smaller, so it's going to get in kind of more deeper in a pointy area. Well, this is going to be a broader treatment, allowing you to get in deep but not uncomfortable. So I find this really comfortable, especially if I'm using it on my quads, my hamstrings, or my calves. I can get it deep into the area but still really get really comfortable. Having the 2 handles also allows you to apply pressure evenly and get into those deeper areas where maybe with a massage gun or some of these other tools on the market, you can't get in as deep. One unique aspect of the Chirp RPM is it comes with this hands-free base. So basically, if you're going to be working your calf or your foot or even your forearm, you set the device into here and then you turn it on, and then you can use it for your calf, your Achilles, or your plantar fascia, allowing you to get deeper into that area, which is a tough area to treat. I also found it's more ergonomic when you're trying to work those areas. You can kind of position your foot. To use the Chirp RPM on, say, my quadricep or my IT band, what we're going to do is I'm going to hit the button here that turns it on, and I'm just going to select the speed. So again, there's 5 speeds, so I'm going to select, say, the 3rd speed. If I'm using it in a handheld version, all I'm going to do is I'm going to press the trigger, and that's going to activate the spindles and allow you to go up and down. Now what you'll notice is if you're using it, say, on top of pants, you're going to want to just check to see in which direction the spindles are going, because what I found is if you use it in one direction, I may not feel like it's getting in as deep, and it may almost like it's putting slack in your clothing. So in that case, all you got to do is just hit the slider here, and that's going to put it in the other direction, and then you're going to feel like it's getting in deeper. And all I'm going to do is use pressure from my hands and the device and find any of those tender spots and work it up and down, just like you would a massage gun, but you get the benefit of like a foam roller effect because it's treating a broader area. And each of these little individual spindles helps to get deeper into the spot. And I can move up and down my quad depending on where I'm tight. Again, if I'm hitting the IT band, this works really well. I like that. Because it combines the rolling and the percussive effect, you get a deeper release of a lot of this muscle tension and tissue. To use the RPM in the hands-free cradle, what we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this on my forearm. But what I have is I have the device turned on, okay? And I have the trigger right here, which is going to sit into the cradle. By pressing the trigger into the cradle, that's going to activate the device. So how it's going to look, I'm just going to set it down, and then it's going to instantly start. And so if I'm working my forearm, I can go up and down, back and forth, depending on where I need it. So this is great if you're dealing with any kind of tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, any carpal tunnel syndrome. It gets really deep into the muscle, feels very comfortable, and you get deep muscle release, and it can help to loosen up that tension that's pulling and creating that tendonitis or that carpal tunnel. To shut off the device, all I gotta do is lift it up out of the cradle, and that will take the pressure off the trigger, and then you'll stop the device. It's a really intuitive design, but it's a great way to use this in two different ways. Again, if I'm working on my forearm, I can really get deep into it. Same thing with my calf, my Achilles, and my plantar fascia. To use the Chirp RPM on my plantar fascia, again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the device, and what we're gonna do then is we're going to set it in the cradle so the trigger gets pressed on. Now this is going to activate the device, and all I'm going to do is put my plantar fascia on top of it, and I'm going to work it in a couple different directions depending on where the tension is. If I have more pain in my heel, I'm going to work more towards the middle and back of my foot, and then if it's more in the arch, I'm just going to go back and forth. And again, very comfortable. It feels really good for anybody that's suffering from plantar fascia. It's like a little mini massage, but it's also getting deep into that tissue to release that tension. But having it also be wider allows you to get a more comfortable surface area treatment-wise, and it treats a broader area. So this works really well if you're dealing with any kind of plantar fasciitis, any kind of Achilles tendonitis. I would highly recommend this hands-free base. It works very well. Now again, if I want it to stop, all I gotta do is lift it up out of the cradle, and the pressure on the trigger releases, and it'll stop automatically. To use the Chirp RPM on your calf or your hamstring, you can do this a few different ways. You can just handheld version, you can just press into it and work into it that way, and that works really well. But for the calf area, what I found is, yeah, you can work it this way, but if you want to get deeper into it, using this hands-free base is definitely the best way to go. So what you're going to do, again, you're going to put the trigger down, it's going to activate it, and then all I'm going to do is go up and down my calf, depending on where I'm tight. You can use your body weight and pressure down into the Chirp RPM to get deep into that calf. It feels really good, just like your bottom of your foot. I found this is one of the most effective ways to treat Achilles tendonitis and loosen up calf tension. You can also use the Chirp RPM, say for the hamstring as well. So again, what I'm going to do is just position the base here. We're going to activate that trigger. And now, just like a foam roller, I'm going to use my body weight and the pressure into the Chirp RPM to get a really deep release of my hamstrings. Feels very comfortable, and again, the benefit of the foam roller plus the percussion allows the muscles to release much faster. After using this device in my office, I would highly recommend the Chirp RPM. I really like that the Chirp RPM can either be used as a handheld or a hands-free option. I think that having the two allows you to use it in more areas. Again, we can use it really to treat the calf and the plantar fascia, but it also allows you to treat bigger muscle groups like your hip, your quad, your hamstring, your IT band. You can use those handles to get deep into that tissue to release that tension. The Chirp RPM combines the benefits of a foam roller with a massage gun, and that's the benefit of it. You really get two in one, and then when you add in the hands-free base, it allows you to treat more areas. If you're suffering from plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis, any IT band syndrome, or even tennis elbow or carpal tunnel, this is going to be a great product for you, and I would highly recommend it.